What is up, you guys? It is Def here, and as you can tell from the title of this video, looking back, um, so today is Monday the 28th. I just got home from school, and I'm doing this live too. The gameplay you're seeing right now is live. I'm doing like a live because I don't feel like doing a commentary. Um, but as you guys can tell by the title of the screen, looking back. So I just got home. I just came out of my room maybe 10 minutes ago, and I pulled out my old yearbook from 8th grade 2 years ago. Since I'm a sophomore now in high school, so 2 years ago I was in 8th grade. And I was looking back, and I was looking because in high school you get the yearbook when you come back the next year and get your photo taken for that year, your schedule, and all that shit. But I was looking back at all the memories that I remember from 8th grade and all middle school pretty much. And I was looking back at all the signatures. I just remember how many friends, how much I loved. I loved 8th grade. And I always say this to my friends that I talk to a lot, and I was like, for how much we hated school, or everyone hates school. But looking back on it, 8th grade by far was the best year ever. And everyone who I say that to always agrees with me. Because, yeah, it's your last year in middle school. And, you're like, fuck that bullshit. You're the top of the top besides teachers and principals. But you are the people that the younger people are supposed to look up to. Since you're the oldest, you've been in this school for 3 years. Usually people look up to if older classmates, since they've been here longer than you have. They know what this is all about. They know what to do. And I remember, now thinking about it, I remember, I loved 8th grade because I had people were going like look up to me like, oh, this kid's the top of the top. He knows what to do and how to run. How to get through the day and just be calm and relaxed and get through it and get his shit done. And that was the thing I absolutely loved. I could 8th grade. I had all these friends that I talked to all the time. It's like I could. I remember 8th grade. I could just text. I would text someone like all day. And now, now that I think about it, like I knew this, but it's like because all my friends, my school switches. So like it's like half the school goes to this high school, the other half goes to the other. And all my friends went to the other high school. The people I was like closest to, that I made a good bond with. And I remember it's like always like when you find out like your best friend is going to the other school, it's sort of like heartbreaking. You're like, oh man. They're like, oh, it's okay. I'll make new friends. But I'm not saying right now that I don't have any friends, because I do. It's just like it's hard to create that special like bond with someone, any gender, where like you're like, is that a teammate? Okay, it's a teammate. I was like, is that a teammate? But it's hard to create that bond with someone who you feel comfortable telling anyone or telling him anything, like who you like, who you dislike, your embarrassing stories, and all that stuff. And I had a lot of close friends who I could tell that to. I could tell any of those things to. And there was also girls who I was really close to who I would consider easily my best friend. And I remember I was looking at it, and I remember seeing one girl writing down who was a really pretty girl who a lot of people would agree that she was really pretty. And I remember her writing down that Def. I'm just going to use Def because I don't want you guys to know my real name. I don't know why, because no one watches my videos. But Def, I'm gonna miss you so much. And I remember that because me and her were also close. I remember she found out I liked her in 7th grade. And usually when the girl finds out you like them, you know, they usually stop talking to you because they find it a little awkward. I remember she didn't care because I made her laugh. I remember it was 7th grade. I would always make her laugh. Same with 8th grade. I remember 8th grade English. The people who I became really close to, like the girls who I became like best friends with during 8th grade. Remember, I would always make them laugh in English. I remember the girl who I had a crush on the longest during 8th grade, who we would text all the time, like all day, and like all day every day. And I remember I would always text her. We would always have these fun conversations, these awkward ones too. But that's, you know, that's when you know, like, you're really good friends with them. When you can have one of those really awkward conversations, and they don't care, and they always love talking to you and all that jazz and shit. But I remember I'm like stumbling, like trying to figure out what I'm gonna say here. But I loved it. I absolutely loved 8th grade. Like I said, because I had so many friends, so many guy friends, so many like friends who were girlfriends, not really dating girlfriends, but you know what I mean there. You know, it was like one of those things where it's like, you don't want to see it go. And I felt that way. I did not want to see 8th grade go, because I just loved it so much. I never wanted to see it end. And now when I'm in high school, like I said, how I always look back and I was like, wow, you know, I never thought I'd miss middle school so much. You know, I always hated it, but 8th grade was my favorite year. I always loved 8th grade, because I was like, for me, I was always looking forward to seeing that person, seeing the girl, and seeing like a guy who was my best friend, who I would always talk to. And now it's like, you know, you can still talk to them. Like, you know, I still have a way to communicate with them. Either it's like Facebook. I should also try to follow them on my Twitter, but I don't even use Twitter. You know, I always have a way to talk to them. But it's just, you know, it's sort of like we haven't talked in a year, but it's like, I remember the girl I was talking about earlier, the girl who I said who like was like my best friend. I remember I tried talking to her again this year, and that didn't really work out because she somewhat forgot about me, forgot who I was, forgot everything, forgot everything to do with me. And we get this boom, shit. But it was like, you know, still just the communication, just like the little talks here and there, you know, make everything perfect, you know, make everything like whole. But yeah, so that's pretty much just looking back on everything, looking back on how much, you know, how like you could miss like something like you never thought you'd miss, you do, because I know I miss 8th grade so much. You know, I really want to go back to 8th grade and just see all those people who I talked to, and how much I got along. And it's surprising because I'm not. You guys never seen, but I know Elf has. Elf has seen me because he saw an old vlog that I did, my old channel. But you know, I'm not the prettiest guy, and I know that. And I talked to, I don't know this guy. I heard him say my name, but I talked to some pretty girls back then. And I wish I could do that now, but I don't got the courage. But this has been Def.